everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed. Yeah, it's really wild, man. I don't know how many people came out of the fame as a young person and were fine, but the people that stay and keep doing it, they're not fine. Most of them. I mean, maybe there's a few. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible to do, but I'm saying the challenge of becoming a normal person with like a normal view of the world when, you know, you're getting doted on when you're 6 and you're the moneymaker in the house when you're a little kid, like your parents stop working to manage you. You know, Justin Bieber had a post the other day on his Instagram talking about all the drugs that he did when he was younger and how much it f***ed him up. And now he's got a relationship with the Lord and he's got, you know, he's married and he's trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's struggling with the fact that he was insanely famous when he was a kid. And then there's also like people that are elites and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible and, you know, it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power. And then well, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? You know, when you're a little kid and you become famous, like, and you're the one calling the shots, you realize all these people you're responsible for their income.
Yeah,
your
brain's still developing, and you have everybody saying yes around you. Yes,
his brain is still developing now. Your frontal lobe isn't even fully formed until you're 25. Evil is a real thing, you know. Nobody wants to believe, because if you believe in the devil, right? If you believe in Satan, you believe in something that's silly. Like most people a lot of people believe in God. If you ask people, do you believe in God? Yeah, well, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Okay, well, do you believe in the devil? Most people will say no. But do you believe in evil acts? Well, yeah, well, people certainly do evil things. Well, where do you think that comes from? If evil is real, what is it about us that makes us want to deny the possibility that there's some nefarious force that is in human beings that influences human beings? It's not as simple as like some people are bad, some people are good. No, maybe evil is a real element that you have to fight in life, and that maybe this is just something that's been documented all throughout history, but our arrogance and our secular society wants to keep us from recognizing that as an actual factor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like 190,000 million fucking Instagram. I mean, she's got 160 or some
like
crazy
130
shit.
and 150 or something like that.
Fucking insane. Like,
handling that in her 20s.
Oh, how do you not be crazy? And good luck when you're old.
We had seen these videos of Justin Bieber being handed over to him at age 15. Great job. Great job. And for his weekend with Diddy camp. I mean, we don't know, but it certainly looks like Justin Bieber is still suffering the fallout from whatever happened to him as he was coming up the ranks of the music world. It really doesn't seem worth it. I mean, I'd love to hear more from his camp about what's real, because it's clear he's suffering. We just don't know from what. And what mother out there would give her 15-year-old boy over to a grown man who's in the rap industry for a weekend with Diddy camp without other adult supervision?
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house. And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Joe Rogan is furious. On his latest podcast, Rogan didn't just call out Diddy, he obliterated him. After digging into disturbing reports, witness testimonies, and resurfaced footage, Rogan uncovered shocking allegations about what Diddy allegedly did to Justin Bieber during a brief period of guardianship when Justin was just 15 years old. Joe completely lost it on air. This guy was put in charge of a teenager, and he used it as a chance to manipulate, control, and traumatize a kid just trying to survive the music industry. Rogan shouted, slamming his fists on the table. And the most chilling part? Not one adult stepped in to protect Justin. For the first time, the pieces are coming together. What once looked like glamorous celebrity mentorship now looks like targeted grooming. And Joe Rogan is putting the spotlight exactly where it belongs, on Diddy. Back in 2009, when Justin Bieber's career was just starting to explode, Diddy stepped in and offered to mentor him. At the time, Justin Bieber was the young Canadian superstar taking the world by storm. But what did the public not know? Diddy reportedly had temporary guardianship over Justin for several weeks, giving him full access to the teen's schedule, living space, and daily routine. Joe Rogan didn't hold back. He pulled up old interviews from that era, pointing out how young Justin looked, how unsure and hesitant his voice was. You could tell he was uncomfortable, Rogan said. He wasn't ready for that world, and Diddy dragged him straight into it. Rogan went deeper, reading from archived articles and referencing court records that documented the informal arrangement between Diddy and Bieber. It's all there, Joe said. People just didn't look closely. They thought it was mentorship, but when you peel it back, it starts to look like something else entirely. And that's when things got even darker. Midway through the episode, Joe's producer played clips that have since gone viral. Videos of 15-year-old Justin Bieber being escorted by Diddy through exclusive, adult-only industry parties. And then came one particularly disturbing clip. In one chilling clip, Diddy boasts on camera, "I'm going to take him under my wing. He's going to hang with me for 48 hours, and he's never going to be the same." Joe Rogan froze. "You don't say that about a child," he growled. "That's not mentorship, that's a threat." Rogan didn't just analyze the words, he dissected the body language. He pointed to Justin's nervous posture, the forced laughs, and the way he kept glancing around the room, clearly uneasy. "That's a scared kid," Joe said. "That's not a celebrity having fun. That's someone who hasn't learned how to say no yet." But it gets even darker. According to multiple former Bad Boy insiders, Justin was taken, as a minor, to several of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. And these weren't your average Hollywood parties. They were private, highly controlled environments where guests were forced to give up their phones and sign NDAs at the door. Total secrecy. Joe read aloud statements from whistleblowers, insiders who were there, who claimed they saw 15-year-old Justin Bieber sitting alone in a corner at these events. Pale, silent, and horrified. According to sources, while adult men and women engaged in highly sexual, ritualistic behavior around him, Justin sat there, frozen. One insider recalled that Justin clearly looked like he wanted to leave. But Diddy would reportedly just laugh and say, "He needs to grow up sometime." Joe Rogan's jaw clenched. "That's not mentorship. That's predatory. That's abuse," he said. "I don't care how rich or famous you are. You don't drag a 15-year-old into that kind of mess." And the aftermath? Joe pointed out that shortly after this period, Justin Bieber's public behavior began to spiral. Emotional breakdowns, erratic outbursts at paparazzi, reports of self-medicating, all signs of a young man cracking under pressure. Rogan played clips from old interviews, Moments where Justin seemed to be hinting at something he wasn't allowed to talk about. "You can see it," Joe said. "This kid is carrying trauma. And the worst part? Nobody helped him, because Diddy was protected. Untouchable." Rogan didn't stop there. He claimed that Diddy's influence over Justin wasn't just one isolated case. It was part of a larger, darker system within the entertainment industry. "This isn't a conspiracy when you've got this many witnesses," Joe said. "It's not paranoia when the patterns are this clear." "You've got patterns," Rogan explained. Joe Rogan dug even deeper, this time into the business contracts between Justin Bieber and his early handlers, including Diddy. What he found was disturbing. These weren't just standard mentorship agreements. Rogan described them as predatory. Diddy allegedly positioned himself not just as a mentor, but as a gatekeeper to Justin's fame. The contracts were structured to make Diddy the handler, both controlling and profiting from Justin's rising stardom. He was taking this kid to parties, Joe said, and then turning around and making money off his image. Meanwhile, Diddy reportedly controlled who Justin saw, where he went, and what interviews he did. Rogan argued that this gave Diddy the perfect cover, mentorship. But behind the scenes, it was manipulation disguised as career guidance. And the emotional cost to Justin? Never considered. Over the years, Bieber has dropped subtle hints, in interviews, in lyrics, and in passing comments, that, in hindsight, sound like quiet cries for help. Signals that something darker had happened behind the fame, something he couldn't say out loud. Rogan then referenced Justin's own haunting words, spoken years after his time under Diddy's influence. He replayed a now viral clip where Justin quietly admits, "People think I had it easy, but there are nights I can't sleep because of things I saw." Joe stared at the screen in silence. "You don't say that," he finally said, "unless you saw something you were never supposed to." Then came another clip from a 2015 interview where a reporter casually brought up Diddy's name. Justin visibly flinched. He recoiled. His entire body language shifted. "That's PTSD," Rogan observed. "You don't fake that. That's a trauma response." Fans in Rogan's comment section began pulling up even more receipts. Cryptic song lyrics, deleted tweets, paparazzi videos showing a young Justin actively avoiding Diddy at public events, even years later. "That's not someone who's grateful," Joe said. "That's someone who's trying to escape." But Rogan wasn't done. He turned his fury toward the rest of the industry. Where was Scooter Braun? Where was Usher? Where were all the adults who saw this happening? Joe demanded. They all smiled, made their money, and stayed silent. "They made their money," Rogan said, "and turned a blind eye." He didn't hold back. Joe called out specific celebrities, people who had attended the same parties, posed for photos with Diddy.